I'm gonna ask you, Tech, because but your name always in the middle of this part too. So, do you think that, but the beef between Baby and Yellow Boy, but could have been, prevented?
Yeah, it could have been prevented. I would say it could have been prevented. Like I said, Yellow was kind of hot-headed, and he took things to the extreme most of the times. But I would say if they was to sit down and talk about it, but during that time, we was all talent, no business. And on the other hand, Baby then was all business, but they really didn't have the knowledge of how to run the business the way they have it now. So the stuff that happened, it was bound to happen anyway. You know what I'm saying? As far as the disagreements and we going our separate ways. You know what I'm saying? So, like with anything, I kind of look at things on a spiritual level nowadays that, when stuff happen, it just don't happen by coincidence. It was meant to happen. You know what I'm saying?
UNLV was created in 92. That's when we decided to create the name and everything in 92. And decided to go back in the bars and start picking up the mic, doing our thing again. Yella was initiated in the group in 93. Our first album came out, Six and Barones, our first album came out in 93. We had a single out was called Another Trick before Yella actually joined the group. And like I said, later in 93, when the album came out, Six and Barone, that's when he became a member of us.
I actually was living with Yella, you know what I'm saying? I had some problems at home. Me and Mom was clashing because I had to cross that fence and was in the streets, and she found like a quarter or two of dope or coke in my room, and we got into it, so she put me out. And Yella was the only child, and we was kind of, me and Yah always grew up as brothers and best friends, but Yella was somebody that I pulled off the porch, and he would do dirt with me, you know what I'm saying? I could get Yella to do shit with me that Yah ain't gonna do, you know what I'm saying? And we kind of bonded like that, and he was like, man, you could come over here. But at the same time, me and Yah, we still doing our thing with the music, and it had begun to blow up. And Yella wanted a part of it. He wanted to be a part of it, even though he didn't know nothing about rap. But he was
musically inclined.
Yella
drums
played
and
percussion at church.
Yeah, definitely musically inclined.
He definitely had melody and tones. So it wasn't hard for me to show him. Basically, all I had to show Yella was how to count a 16 and what bars was and how to really format a song. And once I showed it to him, he took clean off. It didn't take nothing at all. Yella, he became some would say he was one of New Orleans' best lyricists. You know what I'm saying? Arguably or whatever. But it didn't take long at all, and during the time I'm living with him, he kind of like slick side gave me an ultimatum, man, introduce me to Baby and them, man, or Mom, on the cool, he ain't saying it in them words, but if you from the streets, you can feel the vibe, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, Mom said you gotta go, but introduce me to the group, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of went like that. So, I brought the idea to Yah. And Yah wasn't really so with it in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? And eventually I convinced him. Even Baby and Slim them, they didn't really want us to add nobody else to the group. They were satisfied with what we was doing, but...
And so basically, it be like, I'm like, UNLV was already one, I'm like, group, actually with Cash Money, actually before, I'm a Yellow Boy, okay.
Right.
Yeah, we signed with them with the single, Another Bitch. I'm going to talk some more shit about Another Bitch. We did that ourselves, and it got so hot in the streets, one way or another, Baby and Slim got their hand on one of the copies, and they arranged a meeting with a cat that we actually recorded the song
Shout out
by.
to T-Bone. He produced Another Bitch, too.
that's how we ended up linking up with them, you know. But once we linked up with them, they re-released that single, you know, professionally under label, because really we had it bumping in the streets. We had a 2-sided cassette tape in my living room, and we would just dub it and make copies and sell them all over the city for $5.
Gotcha. So, you know, well, ever since y'all signed to, you know, Cash Money already, but I ain't jump onto that part. So, actually, I'm like, how did y'all meet Baby and Slim?
We met Baby and Slim through getting selling our tapes for $5. Like you mentioned, we had the song Another Bitch, and we would take turns dubbing them. You know, you kids probably don't know what a tape is, but it was an actual tape that we'll take turns dubbing the song on each side of the tape every night, and we'll sell them for $5. And Baby and Slim got a hold of the tape from who, I don't know, but we got word that they wanted to meet us. You know, they were starting a record label, and you know we were interested in it.
Oh, so you know, but actually before we leave, you know, I always wanted to ask y'all this, you know, but I know you know, but y'all had y'all know, but ups and downs, but y'all, I'm like differences. But actually with Birdman, but like speaking on some positive note, do y'all always think like, man, dude gave us opportunity?
I always think that.
Yeah.
Always, bro. How could we forget? I mean, a lot of people paint a bad picture between our relationship with Cash Money, and it never was like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Me personally, I credit Sugar Slim for my style, because he groomed me and brought out, you know, my style, that brought the style out of me. When we would be in the studio, I'd be doing things one way. You know, me and Yella always clowned around singing. We might say what's up to you, but we gonna sing what's up to you. Just say it in a singing tone. And Slim caught that we was like, you know, able to hold a note and hold a melody. And he always told me to use that, you know, add that into it, use that. You know, so I credit Slim for my style, definitely.
If you ain't doing an interview with Nola Zine, what you doing an interview for?